Okay, I'm going to carry on with our work on gradients here. Can we work out the gradient of the line connecting 1, 1 and 3, 7? So I've drawn a picture of it there for you. I used Desmos to make this picture. So we would use a straight line, okay? And we would then make a right angle triangle. And what I would do is, in order to work out what the rise is, do you notice that the rise is the difference between 7 and 1? So the rise is 7 take away 1, which is equal to 6. 7 take away 1, which is equal to 6. 7 is your y value of one of the points, and 1 is the y value of the other point. And your run is going to be the difference in your x values. So that's going to be 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. This is a value of 3 on x. This is a value of 1 on x. It's 3 minus 1, which is 2. So the gradient is equal to the rise divided by the run, which is 3. This has a gradient of 3. Okay. Now what I want to do is generalize this to make an equation. Now let's say, for example, we didn't know what this point was at all. We just call it x1, y1. Okay? And we also have absolutely no idea what the other point is. We're just going to call it x2, y2. They're any point. I just don't know. Okay? So again, I connect them up with a line. And I make a right angle triangle. Now, what I know is that the rise is going to be the difference between the two y values. And the run is going to be the difference between the two x values. And gradient is rise over run. So if you have 2 points, you're given 2 points, you can use this equation. The gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So all you need to do is make a decision as to which one are you going to call x1, y1 and which one are you going to call x2, y2. Actually doesn't matter. You can choose either, you'll still get the same result. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. So I want you to use this formula, y equals, gradient equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I would like you to find the gradient of the line that connects up each of these 2 points. Okay? So stop your video and have a go. Okay, so if we look at the first one, gradient is always write down the formula first, because then you're more likely to remember it. Okay? It's just rise over run written in a different way. All you've got to do is choose which one are you going to make x1, y1 and which one are you going to make x2, y2. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to choose x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 is 5 minus, and y1 is negative 5. So it's 5 minus minus 5 divided by x2, which is minus 3. And x1 is 2, so minus 2. Okay, I'm just going to carry on up here. So 5 minus minus 5 is 10. And minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. So the answer is negative 2. The slope, which is another word for gradient, is equal to minus 2. Okay, what about the second one? Same approach. Same formula. All I've got to do is decide which point is which, and it doesn't matter, you'll get the same answer. So I'm going to do, this is y2, this is y1, so it's going to be 0 minus minus 5 over x2, which is 5, minus minus 5. So that's going to be 5, positive 5 over positive 10, which is equal to positive a half. 5 over 10 is equal to a half. Okay, notice how every time I do the question, I write down the formula. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. not only does it mean I'll get the answer right, but I'm more likely to remember the formula. Okay, so I'm going to do y2 and y1. So 2 minus 3 over x2 is this one. So 5 minus 5 is equal to 5 over 10, which again is equal to a half. Okay, it's also a half. Last one, write down the formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 I'm going to make 2 minus 0 is the first y. And then x's will be 1 minus 3, so that's going to be 2 over minus 2, which is minus 1. So the slope of that line is going to be -1, okay? So we can use this formula to help us. Using formulas is easy, because all you need to do is put the numbers in and solve the equation, okay? Right, where are we up to? Let's stop the video there and we'll